In this video, I'm going to look at type errors in Python. Okay, type errors in Python are that really annoying red error that you might get and you're not sure what to do. Let's have a look at what causes it. So here I've got two lines of code. I've got num1 equals input enter a number, num1 equals num1 plus 1. So what I'm doing is on that first line, I'm getting the user to input a number. So I'm expecting them to enter any kind of number with using the digits 1 to 9 or including 0 as well. And then I'm adding 1 on. And as you will see here, it has caused a horrible type error. And what is it saying? It's saying you can only concatenate str, not int to str. What that is basically saying is that when the user inputs this number here, num1, it has turned it into a string. Input on its own will be a string data type. If you remember, the four basic data types of Python are a string, an integer, a float, or a boolean, and input returns a string. So when I'm trying to add one onto that, I'm trying to add the number 1 onto a string 1, and you cannot do it. That's what it's telling us here. So we can fix this. The best way to do this is to put int around our input here to convert, or cast as we call it in programming, to cast our string data type into an integer. You can also use float as well. The main thing is that you cannot add numbers if they're actually a string. So if I run this now, I run this, I enter a number, and that's worked. I have got rid of my horrible error. So the key thing when you've got a type error is to check the data types of all the variables that you're doing something with, and it could be that you're trying to do something like adding or something like that, where you're trying to do something and it's incompatible between data types. Ideally, you should have the same data type if you're doing something like an addition, etc. You can do things with integers and floats, but otherwise they need to be the same data type. One other thing you can also do is have a TryAccept box in your code, and what that will do is it will handle any of these type errors nicely. If you don't know how to do a TryAccept, go and look it up and see how to do a TryAccept block. But just keep in mind that for every data type, those four basic data types in Python, there is a function to turn other data types into that one. So you can convert any other of the data types into a string, and by using the str data type here, you can turn any other of these data types into an integer by using int, the same for float, and the same for bool. So to summarise how to fix type errors, you look at the line number of the error, look what you're doing on that line. And if you can't find anything wrong, check the line above, just in case. Check the data type of the variables you are using. A type error is caused when you're trying to do something incompatible with different variable data types.